Right, this exhibition is divided into two series. One is called the typewriter series, and the other one is swirls. They're both film-based. There's no digital trickery on any of the pictures presented. The swirl series is about adding paper and pigments and ink and paint and all sorts of things onto the film itself, so that what you see is actually the result of one single shot. Everything you see is what I get on the negative, hence the title of the show. Typewriter, on the other hand, is post-processed. It means that I take the negative, I pass it through this little machine, which is absolutely a fantastic machine I got for £4.50 from the charity shop, and it is actually the first, the only machine I could actually find that's got an AZERTY keyboard instead of a QWERTY keyboard. So it's actually a French machine, typewriter. I thought, this is fate, really. But anyway, so the negatives go through that, and I type on them with that and corrective liquid. That's what I do. Ooh. Briefly. Film, because I'm in control. I prepare my own films. I process my own films. I scan my own films, I cut them up, I write on them, I do funny things with pigments and spices, and I'm in control from start to finish. If I were to work in digital format, I would have to leave some control to the computer at one point or another. The computer would make the calculations and things like that, and I would lose control at this point. So by working with film, I really am in control as much as I can. Okay. After the swirls book, I published the typewriter book. So I've got a good series of work published in print. And this also has helped quite a lot. I'm also editor-in-chief of Square magazine, which is an online magazine dedicated to the square photographic format, and that also has helped having people looking at my work, and also making a lot of contact with fellow photographers or publishers and editors, either in book format or web format. For instance, I'm going to be doing with Square magazine a competition with lomography.com, so that will obviously boost the view of the magazine, but they're also going to give me an interview. I'm going to be part of their Logo Amigo program, so that is also a good way to get known. I think that nowadays galleries are good, but it's also good to not just do the proper formal galleries, but also publish on the web. It is quite important, yes. I remember the first time I showed these pictures to anyone was to Rhonda Wilson, who's head of Rhubarb, and I showed my pictures, and she laughed, and she said to me, "It's been a long time since I last laughed at watching a picture," and I'm thinking, that is something that is quite important, because very often photographers take themselves very seriously, and not all my work is funny, but I do think that yes, humour has got a big part to play in photography. It is communication, and humour is part of communication. Yes and no. There is a message, but the message is not. It's not my message. I do think that people see and watch the picture, look at the pictures, and make their own stories. You know, there is a message like, I don't know if you can see it now. For instance, love your kids, which we have here. Yes, that is quite political. That is quite poignant and you know, to the point. You know, because it is also something I do believe. You know, if you love your kids, then we have less problems in society, probably, or something like this. So some of them, yes, do have a message, but very, very often the message is left for the viewer to imagine or to put in the image. I don't want to freeze the image. I want to open windows. I want people to